and I don't want to be disrespectful to the other teams in the Scottish football, but Celtic and Rangers will always dominate, which is, to me is not a fair playing field to the other teams, because Celtic's get multi-millions.
Yeah.
Rangers see they can match that along the line, somewhere along the line. But if you put in a level playing field in there, Rangers are no better than St Johnstone, Ross County, or the teams below them with the players.
That's not true, Stephen. Rangers have got multi-millions of an advantage over everyone else in the league bar Celtic.
That's correct. They've got multi-millions, but now they're actually struggling to buy MD. They're struggling, and the players that they've brought in are no better than MD plays for St Johnstone, Ross County, Dundee, or even St Mirren, because they're getting matched toe for toe, and Rangers as a player, we're paying these players top grade money. Yet
I think
Motherwell, and they're getting rattled.
I think my point is when Philip come on talks about Spurs and Celtic being out with their reach financially. You can't have it that way and then go up against Hearts and Hibs and Motherwell and Kilmarnock and Dundee United and say talk about refereeing decisions. Rangers are streets ahead of all these clubs financially and should be taking care of them.
They're not streets ahead of them because
they are financially.
Aberdeen were 114 in a trot there. Rangers were third. Aberdeen actually collapsed there, or Aberdeen would be finishing second with half the budget Rangers got.
Stephen, seeing your main point, though, a lot of Rangers fans do feel that, Billy. You've been around the club for a long, long time. You're an Ayrshire boy. Rangers. This is not the position Rangers traditionally were in, and anyone could see they need major investment in the club. There are shareholders. Dave King's away in South Africa. He's not here. Douglas Park's put a lot of money in. George Letham and others. It's clear you're up against Celtic, who are, it's run so well and it has stabilised. Yeah, there's a gulf, and he's right. Stephen's right. There's a big gulf. How do Rangers make this leap just now? Is there a prospect of somebody coming in and getting control of a major shareholding position?
That's when Celtic are your focus. Well, we've talked about Celtic on the park, and that's not Rangers' problem just now. It seems to be Celtic off the park. That's your benchmark.
It's Rangers' problem. Rangers, as Celtic's a problem. The multi-millions that Brendan Rodgers is buying players. He's talking about bringing
I said that, Stephen. Off the park, it's Rangers' problem, of course, and on the park. You're right to an extent, but right now they want to get a bit of stability at the club, and I think that's the point you're touching on about who's on the board. Can they get people who are interested in investing in the club? Can they get stability? Can they get calmness? I think that's where Rangers are at, and they have appointed new people, the CEO and etc., and they need to try and build from that to give them the best chance on the pitch. On the pitch, are still miles ahead. I knew they would still reel in Aberdeen.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, and I said it time and time again in other outlets that there's no chance Aberdeen are finishing second. I thought they would cruise third, Aberdeen, so I've got that one wrong as well, but they've fallen off a cliff, as Stephen said. But it's Rangers we're talking about, and the best chance for Rangers to help claw back Celtic in the league and on the pitch is to get a bit of stability and calmness off the pitch. They're a little bit there. They've obviously named a few people who have filled positions, and they need to make sure now that they continue that to get the best investment to the club, the best people, the best football people to show a calmness, and that'll help get results on the pitch. It might still not get Celtic for another few years, but it's our best chance.
Stephen, they've brought in a heavyweight business-wise, as you know, Patrick Stewart from Man United, so you don't last there for 20 years without having a real track record. The manager said, I'm not a magician when he came in, and he would almost need to be a magician, Patrick Stewart, to try and redress this balance, because the club does need major investment. So I think the guys are agreeing with you there.
West Ham sacked their manager today. Why did they not bring him in? Julian, somebody's second him. If it's
Lopetegui.
Bring him in. Bring in the West Ham
what would you say to that, guys?
I think he's just trying to recover for losing his job. Never mind bring him in.
He's unaffordable.
Yeah, that's a good point. How much would he be on there? 5 million a year or something?
Yeah.
Well, Brendan Rodgers came in at £3 million. Celtic brought in Brendan Rodgers at £10 million over 3 years. So if they can bring him in, Rangers can bring in that guy Julian for West Ham.
Okay, so the point is not so much the name, but Rangers are not in that position just now.
I don't think so.
Why not? We'll sell them. sell the club to somebody. There's an American company, somebody to America and the North East is willing to put hundreds of millions into that.
It's not Elon Musk, is it? See, yesterday he was linked with Liverpool. See, his dad said he's going to buy Liverpool. But look, I know what Stephen means.
Stephen's desperate to get stability at the club and move forward and try and get people who are going to invest. That doesn't happen overnight. They've started the process.
It can't happen overnight. That's nonsense what you're saying.
It can't happen overnight.
It
can't. You're asking Lopetegui to come in after just been sacked today. Trust me, Stephen, it doesn't happen.
But also, the shareholders that you mentioned, they have to agree to sell. Stephen, hold on. Stephen, they have to agree to sell their position to allow somebody to come in. So you need Dave King, Douglas Park and the others that I mentioned.
Correct.
And that might happen, but it doesn't seem to be happening because there's a standoff between Dave King and probably the other directors.
I think whatever the ins and outs are of a power struggle off the park, I think what you can look at on the park is Rangers have spent a good deal of money on this squad and too many have been failures. So that is where Rangers should be looking to do a lot better. Eagleman looks as though he's going to be a big success, score a lot of goals, eventually move on for a significant profit. And that's where Rangers have fallen down over the last number of years. Sorry, Stephen?
Sorry.
The last 4 players went for washers.
That's
but
true.
I'm laugh. I tell you what, I should be on your show, no use. All these players Rangers
Stephen, you're on.
for nothing.
Yeah.
You're on now,
Washers
Stephen.
they went for.
Yeah.
Because these 14, 15 million pound players were odds. Went for nothing, 300,000 for 4 of them.
And Stephen, no one's
I don't know what
disagreeing.
your point is.
My point is, he says, well, these players will come in with millions of pounds and we sell them on. We'll never sell them on. Nobody wants them.
Stephen, do you want the board to go now and then the new one to come in tomorrow? Is that the way you think it works?
I want a for sale sign up outside Ibrox at Emerson Drive tomorrow. The whole lot's for sale. The whole shebang out of there.
And do you think that once that happens, that they'll be queuing up and then straight away the new board just comes in place the next day?
The new board will be, and there will always be people in behind
the scenes. It's going to take time, though.
Yes,
it's going to take time.
Yes, they've certainly will. I'll tell you what, Mike Ashley could come in the back door here and buy the whole lot and throw. And you think Rangers will get the biggest brand name outside Coca-Cola. I've said this before. Celtic, Rangers, the biggest fan base in the top 5, I would say, in the world of football.
Stephen,
mega money.
Thanks so much for your call.
Thanks for coming.
You're probably right about these two. We could do better. No, I better be careful. We've only got Billy Godds for the first time.
That's 100% guaranteed. I agree.
Yeah, no.